Welcome to Backseat Confessions Podcast. Slide into the backseat as we listen to mostly anonymous strangers tell us stories from their lives. I'm a rideshare driver in Atlanta, and the people getting in my car have absolutely no idea I'm going to ask them to share. My commitment to you is to tell at least a snippet of virtually every story recorded in my car in the order they were told to me. My hope is that you laugh, cringe, cry, but mostly connect to these amazing people. You may find a piece of your own story, or just feel more connected to the rest of us. Join us, won't you? So, hey, my new friend, this is an adult podcast. Themes and languages are definitely not suitable for everyone. Listener discretion is advised. It's that time again. It's go time. I hope you have your essentials packed and are ready, because we are on the clock and have to get this truck on the road. Okay, hang tight. Here we go. Our drive today gets kicked off with a good conversation surrounding race.
Story number 242. Friday, April 23, 2021, 2:15 p.m.
Okay, so my story is Van Black in America today.
Yeah.
It's kind of a difficult time for us. Like, I always grew up reading about this stuff in my history books and stuff like that. Never realized that it would later become reality again.
Wow.
But a lot of people just don't, understand it, I guess.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I could say as a white male who arguably has the most privilege of any particular group, it is the hardest in general for me to understand because it's not really my lived experience. So, yeah, share away, man.
Yeah, it's not really, and to be honest, it's not really ours neither. It's like, it's ours, but it's not ours. Like, some of us get it by association because of the color of our skin and stuff like that.
Huh.
But a lot of us haven't really walked that lane, per se.
Okay. Explain that a little bit. That's an interesting concept. I haven't heard a lot of black...
Because, a lot of people try to use the term, you know what I'm saying, Black Lives Matter,
Yep.
You're killing us, you are killing us, but it's a lot of us that we haven't experienced those type of experiences. We have experienced it as a people.
Yes.
And as a culture.
Yes.
But we haven't all experienced it as individuals.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
y'all are doing this to us, y'all are doing it to us, but individually, who are us?
Oh, that's
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I totally get that.
It's deeper than a lot of people tend to try to play it out to be. Even within ourselves, I think it's some people within my culture that don't believe it would happen to them, or
Right.
taking the proper necessities that they need to take to make sure that we prevent these things from happening just by the way you carry yourself, the smallest things.
Sure.
It's not always you got to retaliate.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we don't retaliate. You know what I'm saying? It's just it happened again.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Yeah.
Type situation. So, I mean, it's just difficult. It's difficult. But nobody understands it but us, per se.
Right. No, that's totally fair. This is very vague, so I'm going to mess this up, but I read something in the last 6 to 8 months, and it was a piece of psychology mixed with anthropology or something like that that basically said that in general, of course these are generalizations, but black folks experience things as a community much more than white folks. So when I live my life, if I see something happening to another white person, for whatever the reason, I don't look at it and go, oh, that's us as a white race. Could be because we are the dominant culture. Could be 101 reasons. But for whatever the reason, if something good or bad is happening to another white person, I don't look at it and go, that's happening to us. I say that with air quotes, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas like what you're talking about, that's not how a lot of black folks think. A lot of black folks do think much more in terms of us as a group or a culture. And so, like you said, doesn't mean a horrible thing has happened to you per se, but you still feel the weight of it because it's happening to us, which I think is so fascinating. I mean, because it's a very different approach to life, clearly, than what mine is.
Yeah, I think that goes back to like, I can't really say our traditions versus anybody else's, because I don't know anybody else's traditions or morals. But like, just speaking for myself, I know like growing up, I was never taught that that's a white kid, that's a black kid, right, that's a Mexican. I was never taught that. Yeah. What's his name? Like, I learned people by their name.
Love it.
And I learned people by the fact that they was human like me.
Right.
It was never a fact that it was a color issue.
Yep.
It was never a fact that it was a boy or a girl issue. It was that's them. And you are you. Like, beautiful. He's a boy just like you. Right. He's smart just like you. Like, It didn't matter, like, what the color of the skin was.
Right.
Or anything like that. And then, oftentimes, like, I know I have some white friends that I'm really cool with, but because they're more privileged, like, they grew up in the homeschool and the segregated, like, world. Like, they got fed into themselves personally. I didn't come from a community where I had that option, so I had to lean on other families to help raise me, and other friends' moms come pick us up from schools, because my mom might have been working 2 or 3 jobs and I had to go somewhere else. So it was more of a community type involvement foundation growing up. So of course we're going to look at it like us, because if you mess with one, you messing with somebody along my chain, you're messing with me too.
Right. Fair.
Because we all don't have the platforms to just cater to individually. Like, when we really say it takes a village to raise a child, we really mean that. Like, we use our resources and everybody bring what they have to the table to make the collective better, not to make the individual better. It's to feed the collective. It's not about the individual. Because the individual can get to the top and leave everybody else at the bottom, then what good is he at the top by himself?
No, that's so powerful. You know, it's so interesting. Whenever I pick up young folks who are kind of climbing the ladder, typically in the music world, but, you know, it could be in business, but I'll use the music world because that's where I've met most of the young folks that are doing that. Every single one, if they are a person of color, every single one talks about, when I ask them about that journey, they always talk about, like, a part of the reason that they're doing it and a part of their drive for doing it is like, hey, I have this talent that I can obviously turn into money, and I want to use that to help my mom and my sister and my auntie. And so they do have a much different, like, in my family, I'm very, very lucky. I think there's been a couple of my brothers who have been very, very generous and very helpful. But I will say, in general, I don't think white folks think like that, of like, oh man, if I get to the top, I'm going to pull you guys up. Most of the time, I feel like in my community, it's a little bit more like, hey, if I get to the top, good luck. I hope you can do it too. But not a lot of like, I'm doing it for the greater good. So that's really, that makes a lot of sense. What you're saying really does.
I mean, it's always like, that's just our culture. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, and because we're so looked down upon. Right. Yes. Yeah. The advantages for others to get to where they need to be is so much easier because it's a target. Like, if you really look through the eras of time, it's always been some African American that had to sacrifice or do something crazy, which ultimately ended up in death to make the way for the next wing of our life. Like, you don't look at you. We don't have those type of issues with no other races. Like, everybody either died of natural causes, they was old. Did nobody die from sitting on the back of the bus? Did nobody get assassinated because they was marching for justice?
Right.
Like, only in our culture does that happens.
Yeah.
So, like, when we go through stuff like this, I hate that it's happening, but I'm kind of proud at the same time, because it's like, only we can do this. Like, and still pop back.
I love it.
Like,
yeah, very resiliency.
It's prideful at the same time. Like, that doesn't mean it's right. And that doesn't mean that it needs to keep happening.
Right. No, I feel
But it's a pride thing, too. Like, my people was enslaved for how long? They got beat for how long?
Yep.
They had to run across the land for how long?
Yeah.
And still didn't have rights. And then we get to, like, fast forward today, we'd have had the first African-American president. We'd have had African-American senators and governors.
Right.
We got African-Americans on TV, on the cover of magazines. So it's like process. Like,
I know, it is. So I want to hit on that, because I know we've got only a few minutes left. And so this is definitely coming again from a very white male point of view. So it's different, and it's meant as an actual question. When I see all the problems and the trouble, and I stand with my black brothers and sisters, like, oppression and all the rest of that is horrific. I hate when systems beat people down. I mean, it makes me nuts, and I have some of my own personal stories that intertwine with things like that help make that an even bigger deal to me. But I wonder, and this is just an I wonder if today is actually not necessarily that racism and abuse by the systems is worse, but it's because there's more light focused on it. So the young folks coming up, while their lives qualitatively maybe are somewhat better than, like, Martin Luther King's day, the feeling is still about the same, because they're so focused and we have so much light being shown on the injustice. So anyways, that's a thought. So do you feel like things are actually better or actually worse, or do you feel like that's not even the right question to ask?
I feel like my answer to that question would be 50-50. And the reason why I would say 50-50 is because with time, things change.
Yes.
So it could be better and it could be worse. But my personal feeling, I feel as though it's 50-50. I feel like it's better for the simple fact that we have advances with technology and, like, social media, and, like, we have a lot of other tools now that helps individuals advance and have their livelihood. So, like, I don't necessarily have to answer to the 9 to 5 if I don't want to anymore. Like, I just need to get on my shit, bust my ass, and get out there and make whatever I'm trying to make shape. So in that aspect, I feel like it is great. Right. But at the same time, in that aspect, I feel like it could be worse, because depending on how you use it or go about it, like, it covers a lot of things up, or it causes distractions for a lot of things. So I feel like it just depends on how you're using your platforms and how you're deciding to live your life in today's time in America. So when you see these posts about these things, are you strolling by to go post your Jordans that you just brought and it's not a concern? So I feel like it could be 50-50, and I feel like the kids nowadays, they have an advantage because they're growing up in a time where everything is being talked about. Yes. Like, when I was growing up, like, even in my family, like, if you was a kid, you had to go in the kids' dining room to eat. You had to go outside. Like, we wasn't allowed to stay in the house at all. We used to get whoopings if we didn't go outside. Like, you're not an adult. You're a kid. Go out there. So nowadays, people always say kids are growing up so fast. But it's a good thing. Like, I got a little nephew. He cried the other day when the dude that killed George Floyd got read guilty. He's only 11 years old, and almost every year of his life he had to witness some type of tragic black man that looked like him get killed.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't relate to that. I didn't have that experience growing up. Although I'm getting it now,
Yes, sir.
he hasn't it as he's growing up, like he's fresh.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying black boys. So like, I feel like it could be good in many ways, but at the same time, it could be worse in many ways. Because what if the next generation of black boys they keep coming up saying this, what if they feel like they're the ones that have to retaliate, and then there they go.
Yeah.
And like you never really know. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a 50-50 answer. I don't have one for that one.
Yeah. No, and you took it a little bit different direction, but makes total sense. I was thinking about not just about like social media, but I was thinking about in terms of overall from like the 50s and 60s when there was still legal what's the word? Good God. Not prejudice. Where you could discriminate, legal discrimination, versus now where it has to be. It's still done, but it's done by individuals or by institutions or whatever. I guess I was asking, do you think that life is better for black folks or worse for black folks now, and then sort of why? But I understand. But your answer involving social media is actually, that's an important. I do understand what you were saying. So, but I think my question was a slightly different question.
I think life is better.
Okay.
For the simple fact that we're given opportunities now.
Yeah.
I think it would be better if like all our people, like, I understand our culture is music, sports, and stuff like that, but like somebody has to keep it going and get into offices and make sure that those grounds are covered as well.
That's right. Yeah. Wait. So are you saying you wish more black folks would get into the world of politics and business and all that?
Yes, like even if it's not like, or just get your own businesses and stuff going, like, so we don't have to keep depending on all this stuff that doesn't work for us. Right. I don't want to say people or things, because I feel like it's a whole system, a whole situation. Right. But I feel as though like it is better. I feel like it can get better.
No, 100% I agree with that. I guess I wonder sometimes is like, with the race stuff being as bad as it is right now, I wonder how much of it is like, and this isn't necessarily even the right question to ask, and that is a fair assessment. But I think there's several things going on. Number one, I would say we're technically in a better place with black folks we were. But I think that to me, this is in the psychology of watching civilizations advance and grow and change. I think that once you start highlighting the bad stuff, so there was always bad stuff going on, but because we put no focus on it, at least as a society that was white dominated, we were able to sweep a lot of it under the rug. And so now that we fixed a lot of the big discrimination things, now we're like black folks and white folks that are allies are like, hey, we want it all to be right. This is not fair. This is not good. And so now there's a spotlight shined on things that are technically smaller issues, but we can see them because before everything was in the shadows. So it's this weird thing of where it feels emotionally, because we're hit with social media and the news constantly, it feels worse, but in a weird sort of mathematical way, it's probably technically better. Anyways, that's sort of my thought. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's from my perspective as a white man.
I feel it.
Does that make any sense, or am I completely full of garbage?
It does. It makes sense.
Does it make sense? Okay.
I don't know how to word it, but it makes sense.
Okay, because I've told that to some other of my black friends, and they're like, you're right. And they're like, we're feeling like this particular time is very bad. It's because we know about more stuff before. We kind of knew stuff was going on, but we didn't know it like black and white know it. Yeah, we just felt it in the atmosphere.
Yeah, so we just pushed it aside.
We pushed it aside.
It was pushed aside.
And now we're like, no, we gotta face this black and white. It's literally, there's video record. Anyways, my friend, you are an awesome young man.
Thank you,
I know
sir.
we talked about some of your dreams before. I literally wish you nothing but the best. You're gonna go far. Thank you, sir. Keep your chin up. The better days are ahead, man.
Thank you, sir.
These conversations are inherently awkward, I think. But if people on all sides and colors are willing to extend some grace, you can both walk away feeling good and hopeful. Here's to more good conversations around difficult subjects. In a cool coincidence, we get yet another young man talking about things that matter.
Story number 243. Friday, April 23rd, 2021, 9:57 p.m.
Yeah, man. So I graduated college. I'm 24 years old currently right now, and I came to Atlanta originally.
Okay.
Right out of school, looking to start a job and a career. I was working for a great company, and COVID impacted that, and I ended up moving back to my parents' house, and kind of through a lot of trial and hardship and perseverance, I'm now back in Atlanta.
Good
Here
for you.
vibing, living, looking to expand upon my experience the first time, and I came back to the city because I felt like I had some uncharted territory that I needed to figure out, and
Nice.
a place that I cared about.
That's cool. So, like, in a weird way, Atlanta is tied to you going on the journey of self-discovery and finding your purpose and all that stuff.
Absolutely. I felt like last time when I was here, I had a purpose and I didn't feel it.
Wow.
And so I had to come back to, get that experience and to fulfill that part that I feel like I missed out on. And I got a bunch of friends here from school and, a great young professional life that I am hoping to embark upon.
That's amazing. So if you were to, in like a couple of minutes or so, describe a little bit about like life purpose and sort of those deeper, mysterious sort of spiritual connections to Atlanta, tell me about that. Like, how does that connect to you in relation to your destiny, calling, life?
I just, I've originally visited Atlanta, and I didn't realize, I've known that it's kind of the Mecca of the South, and everything kind of runs through Atlanta here.
True.
But I'm from Philadelphia area, and I came down here and was like, how cool is this city that's so diverse, that's so small yet so big,
right? And
so many different areas to experience. Like we're out here in East Atlanta right now. It's a very like eclectic vibe. Very. Whereas you go up to Buckhead or you go into Midtown, you're kind of rolling with the high rollers and you don't fit in for sure, but you're trying to get to that point in life, and you're looking at that as like, hey, I want to be in a situation someday where I can provide for my family and I can provide for others, and kind of pass that on to what my parents have done for me. So
that's incredible.
Yep.
So work-wise, and then if you were to dig just slightly under that, like maybe into deeper purpose, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I originally went to school to become a pilot. And
awesome.
I don't know. I don't think a lot of people realize, the severity of actually flying an airplane and what it does to you mentally.
Really?
Because, I was a 17-year-old kid, in college trying to figure it out. And, I'm going out on a Friday night, hanging out with some friends that I've just met, that I just moved to this new town. And the next day I'm getting up and I'm going to fly an airplane by myself, and it's a whole different ball game. It's two different stories. I'm out having fun, and then the next day it's possible I don't get in my car to drive home.
Yeah.
And so I grew up a lot quicker than I thought I was gonna. And I kind of realized there's certain people in my life, there's certain things that I do that I don't think belong here anymore if I'm trying to make a career out of something very skilled and that requires a lot of attention. And I found that in myself, and I found that work ethic and that hard work, and wanting to be better than I was right now. And I felt like I had a deeper purpose in life that I had to serve, and skills that I bring to the table. I'm just here to have a good time, but I'm here to work hard, and I want to make things right. And there's a lot of things that we could change currently right now that we're trying to, but at the same time, you just got to live day by day, and you got to tackle it, with a bigger perspective and a bigger picture in mind.
Yeah.
No,
totally. I love it. I think it's fascinating and probably totally normal that when you face your mortality, i.e. going up in a smaller plane, I assume is what you're practicing in, that you start thinking more deep. Ooh, that might have been my turn. Thinking more deeply about your life and what it all means, and kind of like you said, like what are the things that I want to hang on to and what are the things I need to let go. It's a very incredibly mature point of view, and really cool. If you're starting at this age to inventory your life and to get that drive and that work ethic going, and also figure out what you really want in life, I promise you're going to be okay. Like for real,
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no, I mean that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, all of us. There's a lot of bumps and there's a lot of falling off the horse and getting up again over and over again. That's literally a part of it. But
totally,
you once you face your own mortality and you decide that you want to leave this world better than you came, man, you've honestly you've solved like half of your problems as a young man. So good on you, my friend.
I appreciate that, dude. It's been an excellent experience. The best Uber ride I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh man,
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. You're awesome, bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate you
for sure.
When you meet young people that are thinking deeply about life and are interested in moving forward and making our world better, it's encouraging to someone who is halfway or more through their life. Our next rider is a study in pensive recollection and melancholy.
Story number 244. Friday, April 23, 2021, 10:39 p.m.
And that picture you painted is really powerful. Like you could, yeah, it was a very evocative picture you painted of like, I don't know, yeah, the marshmallows in the fireplace and the movie. Like that does sound like a really good dad and a really good childhood. Do you feel fortunate that you had that kind of a relationship, and then also like what are the emotions and what is the feeling that you sort of feel when you think about that?
Really warm. I don't really remember how old I was when that happened, but I know I was. Well, if one of the movies that he bought was a surprise movie, was a ticker movie, I probably was kind of young. I know.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. It was kind of like he was surprising the whole family, and I think it would be like when he would get off from work, and we wouldn't know when it was gonna happen or whatever. It would just be random. I bought like marshmallows and the surprise movie, and set the fireplace, and and we'd just be having a good family time.
Yeah.
And that was some of the memories that I cherished with him.
That's so cool. What do you think it is about those memories that they're coming up now for a reason? Why do you think they're coming up now in your life?
I guess because I used to be a daddy's girl when I was younger, but as I got older, our relationship wasn't always the best.
Yeah.
So like it helps to be able to go back to the times that were good.
Yeah.
And be able to kind of look at that over the times that weren't the best. And just be able to cherish that memory and look forward to good memories as far as the adult child and the dad that doesn't live with her anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah, it's like going back. That's amazing. Well, Miss D, thank you so much for sharing. It's a really beautiful, like, heartfelt memory, and I hope that whoever listens to this has like some really good memory of their father comes back to them.
Yeah, most definitely.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
It's just a fact that our relationships change and change again with our parents. How is yours, and is yours, if you're lucky enough to have them alive and in your life? Sometimes you get dealt a bad hand in life, and all you can do later on is laugh about how unbelievably bad it was. This is that kind of story.
Story number 245. Saturday, April 24th, 2021, 12:23 a.m.
I was blessed to have the most incredible dog in the entire world.
Okay.
His name was Marty. I got him when I was in college, and hands down, this dog never left my side, except for maybe whenever I'd go to class. But every party I went to, when I would go to a live music venue, he would hang out in the car in the back of the windshield just to wait till I got home. This dog was legendary, the coolest dog in the world.
Yeah.
And I met a boy, and we started dating for a little while, and he invited me to go skiing with his mom and family, and I couldn't leave Marty. But I was assured that my ex-boyfriend's brother would come into town and babysit Marty, and everything would be good.
Right.
Long story short, I go skiing, fell in love with skiing. It's the best time of my entire life. Came back home. My dog's nowhere to be found. And I finally see John, the brother, walk up, and he has his head in his hands, and he tells me that Marty got out of the gate, and that he was dead and killed. So I have never gone through loss before. It completely shattered my life. It was the worst thing I had ever experienced. This dog was like my firstborn.
Yeah.
And so I was. My friends ended up throwing a wake. We had a bonfire.
Aww.
I mean, 100 people showed up with gifts and blessings.
So this dog
had he made an impression on everyone it met. I mean, this weekend long celebration of Marty's life blew me away, and the outpouring of my friends to celebrate him, it was just unbelievable. So shortly after, we went through that. My friend who ran an animal shelter and a rescue shelter said, "Andrea, you're an amazing dog owner. You have to share your gift and at least just foster dogs until we can find a home. I know it's hard for you," but and I pushed back, and I was like so devastated. I mean, literally, I'm like not eating. I'm sad all the time. I'm crying like I've lost my child.
Wow.
And eventually, after a little bit, this girl convinces me that there is this shaggy, like, sweet mama that was lived her entire life as a breeder for one of the pet farms.
Yep.
She had never been on solid ground. She had lived her life on like chicken wire.
Wow.
And she was infested. She was anemic. They wanted to get her spayed, but they couldn't because she was so anemic and so sick. And so they just needed me to hold on to this little girl, Sandy, for a hot minute until we can get her healthy enough to get her spayed.
Yeah.
And this little girl, this precious, this dog was so terrified because of the abuse of, her past owners, that she would just pee on the floor. She was just cowered. And I took this little dog reluctantly, and within a few months, I realized that I was put on this earth to also love this doggy too.
Yeah.
And she was coming out of her shell. She still stayed pretty much underfoot, but she was starting to be around other people, and I was starting to open up and love again. And my boyfriend at the time was in a bluegrass band, and so we had to go to a festival that he was playing at, and I was convinced that we could leave Sandy with the brother again while we went on vacation.
The same brother.
The same brother.
Oh, no.
Who, but like, of course, it wasn't nefarious.
Right.
It was just an accident.
Yeah.
And so we go to the festival, and I'm there with all my friends, and they know how devastated I was about Marty, and I'm so sad. And they say, and I remember saying, I finally love again. Like my heart is finally open again.
Yeah.
After Marty, and I love Sandy.
Yeah.
And little did I know that Sandy was already dead. That the same motherfucker.
Wow. What an
was
idiot.
babysitting a second dog and decided to take this sweet baby girl on a hiking trip to the Greenbelt of Austin.
Okay.
And she got caught in an undertow and drowned in front of him. And so,
God, this guy's got the worst.
Nobody believes it's true. It is absolutely the same guy babysat my 2 fucking dogs.
Oh my God.
2 years to the day.
No.
2 years. You cannot make this
He's
up.
like the Hitler of dogs. He's like, it's a Holocaust.
Here's the capper.
Okay.
When we found out that Sandy had also died,
yeah.
the mother of my ex-boyfriend and the brother who drove up from Houston to Austin to say, I don't know if I feel safe for you being around John. Like, this is such a bad coincidence. Like, maybe he's doing, like, maybe something has happened. So my boyfriend broke up with me.
Wow.
Broke up with me.
No. What?
Yeah, broke up with me because it was just too much to handle. Like, his mother telling him that his brother might be like a
serial murderer?
serial dog murderer.
Oh my God.
So in a matter of 2 years and like 2 and 3 days,
wow,
I lost 2 dogs and a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. And did you like this boyfriend, I assume? I mean,
I thought he was cool at the time. He's not that cool. I mean, he was like a bluegrass musician, whatever. He played the guitar okay.
Okay. So that part wasn't the huge loss. Good Lord.
Yeah.
2 dogs.
But let me just say. So it took about 11 years, maybe 12 years for me to love another dog, and now it's better because I have 2. And they're brothers, and they're litter mates, and they're my whole world. So
that's amazing.
It finally came okay.
And you don't let this John guy anywhere near your dogs.
He's like a demon. Like,
yeah. So like, I'm assuming you're not connected to that guy in any way anymore.
No, not at all. And the thing is like he was like this. If you just met him, he was like this yogi, all natural, lived in Bellingham, Washington half the year, and then Mexico the other half the year.
Right.
This yoga, like spiritual, like he played the didgeridoo, you know, like so he had like you would think like this amazing positive energy, but he really fucked my life up for a long time.
So maybe it really was just bad luck for him, but
it was
Lord
total bad luck. I mean, yeah.
Gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's not. I don't know. That's the only story I know.
Yeah, that is crazy though. Like in terms of that's kind of like getting hit by lightning twice type of deal.
It's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, that's
like
nuts.
Who could have ever imagined a year later? Exactly a year later.
What? You said 2 years.
No, it's 1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
It was 1 year to date.
Oh my God.
From the same weekend, the same week.
That's nuts.
It was in April. Yeah.
Well, I am so grateful that you did recover. You were able to love again, and now you have 2 wonderful doggies in your life. You're a mother too, and I know.
And still single.
And still single. Although we should note to our dear listener that when I pulled up tonight, you were majorly making out with some.
Majorly. I don't know
nice
about that, but definitely the first. Like,
oh come on, that was pretty. It was pretty. I mean, it was a pretty
Listen,
it looked.
That was the furthest I've been with a dude in many years.
Wow.
So there's that.
I love that. Let's celebrate just like the budding of new
Icelandic soccer coach. Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, you guys looked very cute together. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
he's like 6 years younger than me. I'll take all of that you got.
Right. Which I think I mentioned to you. That's if you're a woman, that's the perfect 5 to 6 years is what you need to go for. That way, you guys both pass away at around the same time if it's meant to be, right? You know,
yeah,
right.
I think so.
Because you guys live about 5 to 6 years longer on average. So, it's just math.
That's right. Got to keep up.
You got to keep up. Andy, thanks so much. You're amazing.
Thank you. This has been weird and fun.
Oh, good. That's kind of my life. Weird and fun.
Me too.
Well, here's to your heart opening again, to love your four-footed friends, and to maybe, just maybe, having some romance start seeping back into your life. Good grief, what an absolutely bonkers series of tragedies she lived through.
Ain't gonna let nobody
turn me around. Our last writer of the evening shares her journey of following God and it leading her to unexpected places.
turn me around.
Story number 246. Saturday, April 24th, 2021, 12:51 a.m.
So my story currently is 2021. I am going through a divorce.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry.
And no, don't be sorry.
Oh, this is a happy event. Okay, good.
There's happy, there's sad, there's anxious, there's
all of
crying, there's laughter, there's a lot. But
yeah.
I met I'm gonna call him ex-husband. It's not official yet, but I met my ex-husband when I was 13.
Oh my God.
And we instantly like clicked. And we hung out together. We sang together. We laughed together. We played together with my brother, my siblings. We were pretty close in age, so we're like stair steps. Right now I'm 31. My sister just turned 30. My younger brother just turned 27, and then my younger brother is gonna be 28.
Oh my God.
And then my youngest brother just turned 27. So my two brothers, they're the same age for 2 weeks.
Wow.
But anyway, so we played together, we explored together, we did a lot together while we were teenagers. And then we started getting, physical.
Yeah, of course.
And that's when I used to, talk to my mom a lot, and I used to, tell her stuff and ask her stuff, because I was one of those kind of innocent, timid kind of gals.
Yeah.
So I would always, talk to my mom and stuff. But I started dating him and, hanging out with him. My siblings would start hanging out with him and stuff, and I started to draw away from my mother. And I stopped telling the truth to her. I started being a little deceptive. But I still continued to be with this guy because I liked his energy. He gave me things. He wrote me poems, and he gave me like handwritten cards, and he would tell me that he loved me all the time. I'm a teenager, like I'm freaking 13.
You're gobbling this up, man.
Like I'm gobbling it up. My mom telling me, it's just puppy love, I'm like, no, Mom, like this is real. This is so real.
But it was written in the stars, Mom.
So when you're young, you think you're in love or whatever. But
absolutely. So
that was like back in I'm 31 now, so we've known each other about 17 years. But we had good chemistry. We did a lot together. We helped people together. We went to school. Like, even though he was a few years younger than me, he would always help me with school and stuff like that. And it was great. Like, it was great. But we came to a point in our lives where he ended up having a child by another woman, and I was just like, well, I don't mind. I still love you.
Right.
But I feel like now is the time for you to be a father. And for so we broke up. But we still kept in contact over the years. So he ended up having children by other girls, and I ended up having children by other guys. And we were still talking and stuff like that. And he ended up getting married, and he ended up getting a divorce. And I was just like, you know what? Like, we've always, you listen to the society, and you listen to you listen to your own thoughts. You listen to, media and movies and stuff like that. And, best friends are supposed to get married,
That's right. It's the way Hollywood writes it.
That's just how it goes.
Right.
But when we did get married 3 years ago, it was supposed to be our anniversary on the 30th of this month, but I am filing for a divorce. But right now, like, just to know that we've been through so much as teenagers and coming up into our early 20s and stuff like that, and for us to just not work was puzzling to me. And I finally came to a point where I don't know if you believe in God or a higher being or creator or whatever, but I do believe in Jesus. I do believe in the Holy Spirit and the Holy Trinity. And I had to take this time to just see who this person really is. Like I accepted Jesus when I was like maybe 14, but I didn't really understand. I never really heard his voice. I never really like read the Bible, stuff like that. I did all the acts and stuff, but I never really had a relationship.
Yeah, fair.
So randomly out of nowhere, like I just had this seed planted in me to see who this person really is. Like, who is this God? Who is this Jesus that I've heard of? I'd heard the childhood stories and stuff like that, but I never really had that relationship. And I used to always wonder, like, what are these people talking about? Like, I see this and I see this, but what are they talking about? So I decided that one day, I'm gonna read my Bible. I'm just gonna read it. I'm gonna maybe I'll pray a little bit more.
And when did this start? Give me like a timeline.
Okay, so 2018 is when me and my ex-husband got married. This started, like, we started arguing like we never argued before. Okay. We started like fist fighting and talking crazy to each other, just it was horrible. That's like toxic. I seen the side of myself that I never thought that I would see. Like, it was like I was just like, who am I? Like, I'm not this person.
That's right, yeah.
And what I didn't understand is, before I got married, like, you have to do this research. Like, you have to really think about, like, this person. Like, if you want to make this decision, this has to be for a lifetime. And it also has to be a benefit, not just for you two, but for your children.
That's right.
But for, future children, if you didn't have children before you get married, for future generations. Like, when you become one with this person, it's one for your lifetime.
You got to start thinking about legacy.
It's one not only for you two, but for your children, your parents. Like, you can break generational curses. You can open up gifts and everything that needs to be done in this time, in this moment. Like, I didn't know none of that. There's a whole lot that I've learned. But that's what I was saying. I never talked this much, but anyway.
No, I love it. So tell me about, I've got so many questions. So tell me a little bit about your experience with God. Like, when did it happen and what was it? Like,
So I got baptized when I was like 14. Yeah. But it's like, okay, I'll feel happy and nice or whatever. Great. Yeah. But I've never gotten challenged to be like, listen, or to be like, ask God questions about what it says in his word, or why is the sky blue, or anything anything that you could possibly think of. I've never gotten challenged to like listen for God's voice until about a couple years ago. I met this guy, Prophet Travion House, which is actually my pastor right now. He's a young guy, and I'm just like, man, who is this guy? Like, he's like, he has so much wisdom. Like, who is he to tell me to ask God about stuff and listen and read? Who is he? So he planted that seed, and I really appreciate it, because I would have never challenged that thing within me to be like, how can I listen to that?
Like, is it even possible?
Never.
That's so
like,
cool.
I've never, and that was like a couple years ago. So I'm 29. Yeah. So I decided, like, okay, I'm gonna read. I'm going to, like, ask God questions, and I'm gonna see like what this Bible reading is about, and what this fasting is about, what this praying is about. I'm gonna try it a little bit. Yeah. So in the midst of me finding out really who God is, my husband's like getting like super mad. Like, he's like, oh, you want to spend time with these people, and you want to pray all the time, and you want to go to church all the time. And I'm just like, isn't that what we talked about? Like, isn't that what we want for ourselves and want for our children? The people that we surround ourselves with. Is that what we want? Like, we talked about this all the time. Yeah. But now that I'm actually, doing it for real, really doing it for real, it was like he was getting mad at me. And I'm just like, what is going on? And there were true colors that came out in me, and true colors that came out in him that I would have never known without seeking that word and seeking God. Like, I would have never known, like, this person was never meant for me. Yeah. Wow. And I heard, and it's crazy, because after that challenge, you're going to be on the right here. Nice, after being challenged, asking God, asking for God to, speak to me, and let my ears be open. Like, God told me that my story is not. I was watching this famous, she's not famous, but this really big pastor. Yeah. And she influenced me because I was listening to her. I was reading the Bible, and I started looking at sermons and listening to sermons and write down notes and stuff like that. And there was there's this lady, Heather Lindsay, that I just drawn to her, and she just amazed me about how her boldness in Christ and like her testimonies and stuff like that. And I'm just like, man, so I'm about to watch one of her sermons, and I had been fasted because me and my husband at the time, it was like around Christmas time, I wasn't talking to him because I was like done. I was like, no, I can't do this. Like, I want to be like Jesus, and you don't want to be like Jesus. I cannot. Like, you don't want to even do it. So we were separated for the time. I went to a friend's house, and I was about to watch Heather Lindsay, one of her sermons, and out of nowhere, the first time ever, December 24th, 2019, I heard God's voice for the first time.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I would hear my mom talk about it. I would hear the pastor talk about it. I would hear other people talking about it. I was like, okay, whatever. I heard him speak to me for the first time, and he said, your story is not her living story. Like you have your own design, your own makeup, your own personality that I put in you to reach different people, to reach different nations. And I'm just like, what?
Oh, that's amazing.
Huh? And he was like, don't worry about your current situation. He was like, you need to focus on me and read your word more. You need to read 3 times a day, pray 3 times a day. Like, push yourself, stay focused. And I'm just like, stay focused? What are you talking about? But ever since that day, like, there's been so many things that God has like told me that I never thought that this person, this being could be real.
Like, right. Not just a story in a book or just a nice idea, but an actual.
He is real. I don't care who you call him, what you call him.
I know.
He is real. And for me to find that out, and then after, a certain time, like, after I think about like maybe 4 months, it just started getting real bad, real bad. And back in August of last year, I'm gonna call him my ex. He attacked me and he tried to choke me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And it was just like, why? Like, why would you do that to me? And I previously I would we would get in fist fights and stuff like that, but I was growing. When I was reading that word, I was growing. I wasn't like snapping back like like I was.
Sure.
I wasn't hitting like I was. I wasn't threatening like I was. I wasn't trying to be like very mean. I was being a new person. I was a changed person. And he hated it. And he tried to take me out.
Well, you were probably making him feel very uncomfortable with his life. He was probably feeling very convicted. And when people feel that shame or conviction, it can make them act in weird ways. So that makes total sense to me, actually.
And it's like I didn't recognize it then. I thought it was just him. But I understand that it was the spirit, the spirit that was on him. And I forgive him and everything. He still calls me to this day. But I ended up calling my pastor. I was mad. I was cursing out my pastor. And I was telling him, you better do this. And I was quoting scripture like God will send you what was it? What's the verse? He will send you trouble in the presence of help or something. He was you help in the time of trouble or something that. And I was like, somebody better come and help me because I'm gonna kill him tonight. I'm gonna kill him. He tried to kill me. I'm gonna kill him first. But he was like, you know what? He was like, you need to call the authorities and you need to report it and you need to give it to God. I'm just like, oh. So I ended up doing that.
Good for you.
He's incarcerated right now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And even though I'm upset about that, I really wish he wasn't there. It has helped me to have more peace. It has helped me to.
Was he incarcerated because of the domestic violence?
Okay. So now it's giving me the time to be able to put in my divorce papers, get everything signed, so we can just cut that thing at the head. And God told me, like, it was crazy because last year this time he told me, like, you have to love him like nothing ever happened.
That's so good.
And
girl.
I was like, hold up, Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
I got to love him like nothing ever happened.
That's the downside.
That I
am. That's the tough part about following God is he'll ask you to love people that are not lovable.
He will convict you and he will show you how to do it right. And then it's like your flesh wants to just like, there's a war. There's definitely a war between how God wants you to do things and how you want to do things. And I was like, hold up, Jesus. Love him like nothing ever happened. You know what he did to me?
That's right. Yeah.
Do you know what he did to me?
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I listened because he told me that, he would release me. And I'm just like, I didn't know what that meant at that time. Like, release me? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I went to church I think this was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, he was like, I see the word release over your head.
Oh my God.
And I was like, looking around
what?
this is crazy.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
But even though my story is still continuing, I just want to if anybody ever listens to this, just encourage them like this. Like, if you don't know, the creator, the creator of the universe, whatever you want to call him, Yahweh, God, Allah, whoever you want to call him, if you don't know him, you don't have a relationship with him, like, do not get married.
Yeah. Don't
do it.
Wow.
I just advise don't do it because there are so many different layers, just like an onion.
Yeah.
There's so many different layers of knowledge and health and finances and so many things that you have to learn. You have to unfold that thing before you make that step. Like, you have to know it. Like, don't just go off of it by love, or we've known each other this long, or people think we make a cute couple. Like, don't listen to that. Like, you have to have a relationship with God and know that this is this person. And even though I'm going through the divorce right now, I still there is kind of a sadness that's in me. Like, I never want to be in a relationship again. But I also have a little spark of maybe God has something else better for me.
Oh yeah, and you're such an amazing person. If you desire it, and I'm sure the right guy's gonna come along.
It's like I've always desired it, but it's like now I'm just like, Lord, if I'm single for the rest of my life, I will take care of my kids, and I will serve you, and I will serve others, and I'll be okay. Yeah. But when I get by myself and get alone, I just be like, and it would be nice. To have somebody to build with.
And you're an amazing woman. Like, a guy would be so lucky / blessed to have you. So I don't have any doubts. And you're beautiful too. So you're the whole package.
Thank you.
But this time you're going to find someone who is on the same spiritual plane as you and loves Jesus.
That would be great.
Yeah,
that would definitely.
You got to do that, because otherwise, like you said, it's very difficult to be. If you're pursuing God and the other person is not, that's a tough one, man.
Yeah, it's very tough. And it's like when it comes to divorce and stuff like that, God hates divorce, and I know that. But you have to seek that thing out for yourself.
Totally. I agree.
If God tell you that you need to stick that thing out, you got to stick that thing out.
Right.
But I just happen to be one of the exceptions.
Yeah.
He told me that he would release me.
Absolutely.
And he released me, and I was just like, wow, what do you got for me next?
That's right. I love it. Oh man, that's so exciting. Lady V, you are awesome. I love your energy so much. You're just a total sweetie, and you've made my night brighter just by being in my car.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing.
This is great.
Thank you.
I've always kind of wanted to be like a guest or something on podcasts. Like, this is great.
Go.
Like, you are gonna go far, sir.
Oh, I take that.
Definitely gonna go far.
Thank you. From your mouth to God's ears. Have a good night.
You too.
Lady V is such an amazing lady, and I'm grateful for her transparently just sharing her journey of realizing that divorce was right for her situation, and also her journey with getting to know her Creator. Today's riders leaned more into thought-provoking stories than shake your booty stories, but I'm here for it. I personally love the full spectrum of human experience, but without a doubt, I like to spend most of my personal time pondering the big questions. I hope you take time often to think about and even meditate on all that is bigger than you and your place in all of this thing we call life. This is what happens when you are a rideshare driver in Atlanta and ask people for their stories. These weren't handpicked people with great stories. They just happened to get in my car and be gracious enough to share with all of us. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be in Atlanta and need to grab a rideshare and end up telling the rest of us the next great story on BCP. I'd actually encourage you to, every so often, just ask a stranger to share a story from their life. You never know what you might learn. I believe that our stories are powerful. They can make you laugh, cringe, cry, or even get you to think or feel differently. Our stories can truly make this world a little bit better place. So please subscribe, rate, and listen to this podcast and share it with as many adults as possible. It would mean so much to me. First and foremost, I want to thank the incredible writers who trusted me with your stories. You're my heroes. Thanks also to all the people in the background who have believed in this project/dream. All of the music on this podcast was found on pixabay.com, and it was free, which is an amazing gift when you're starting a podcast on a shoestring budget.